Hello every MCVPTM across the network. How are you guys doing? So I'm wearing you a panda hat in my head. So it's encouraging you also that I know that your September has been so stressful. So this is a bonus for you. And yes, so yesterday we just finished monthly review and I come up with a lot of realizations. It's just a space for me to rethink how I progress as an AI VP, and then how I already serve my TM network and how can I get better, right? So basically I already revised some plan from my side, which is going to be amazing. I'm going to give you some update regarding to this. So basically, yes, what I'm going to talk to you about in this October. So there's three things: get, keep, develop. So basically I will frame it this way, right? So first, get. So what is happening now? The first 10 days is happening. So how are you going to ensure that your LCVP is actually executing the proper 10 days for your new member? So first, this checklist. Have you aligned the agenda for induction with your LCVPTM? Does your LCVPTM understand what they need to deliver to their new member? Second one, team leader. In doing induction, it's not about you giving proper knowledge to your new member, but also building capacity of your team leader. My question is, first, have you understood your current state of your team leader, right? And then what are the desired state that you want them to have in order for them to facilitate the right journey for your new member? So, and then how you're going to deliver this is as simple as it's either you're doing your national conference or they have their own local conference, they have trainings, or team leader needs to do coaching. The team leader or the direct responsible for the team leader needs to do the coaching. My question is, first, have you understand how to do sensing or proper sensing in your network to understand the current state of your of your team leader, right? Second one, have you coached your LCVP? Because it's not about you understanding how to do it, but your LCVP needs to be informed on how to do it and be coached, right? So you understand that this is the desired state that your LCVP needs to have in terms of get, right? Doing proper induction. Does your LCVP has the capacity to do this? Second one is develop. So I have been receiving a lot of frustration, in a sense, like, yeah, I have this national education cycle in place already, but however I don't know which competency that I need to develop because it's just too much, Hans. It's just too much. What should I develop my LCVP? What should be developed first in my sales member or in a different profile? It's as simple as first, first you need to understand what do you need to develop in terms of your membership, right? So we know that we have this leadership development model of inner journey, of solution oriented, empowering others, and then the self-awareness and role citizenship, right? So how are you going to develop this empowering others and then solution-oriented part within your membership? Because that's what they need in order for them to be able to cope up with their outer journey or their challenging or environment or their job description. So comes up with what are the key competencies that you want to have in your membership, right? So afterwards is talk with your MCVP related to see what are the two things that if you develop as an MCVP to your members, what are the two main competencies that if you develop, that it will make the biggest difference for AIESEC in your entities. So after understanding that, you develop this towards the process, right? So afterwards, after you understanding your competencies, and then the main thing that you want to develop, it can be the core competency, it can be the additional functional competency for each different function. So pick up like the three main competency that you want to develop. The second one is, after you understand that this is the core competency you want to develop, understand the current state again. So by how? By filling up the people analytics survey, asking your members to fill the people analytics survey so I can share you the detail on what are the skill gap that they have. Or at the same time, you can also create your own survey, or maybe as Simple as you're doing your MCVP doing coaching visit, and then you give some 1 or 2 questions to them, and then for them to be able to understand what are the current state of their LCVP, and then decide what are the desired state with the MCVP related that they need to have in order for you to achieve your goals or winter goals, right? So the urgent things that you need to do is first having a discussion with your MCVP product or MCVP related. Second one is browse a lot of new things on how to do sensing. So I will give you some materials in terms of learning and development that you can use. And then design learning, so how you're going to design the learning or facilitate your LCVP on how to design the proper learning in your entities. And then the key priorities here is that for you to prioritize, you need to understand what are the things, the main thing that you need to take care, yeah? Because the one who's responsible for learning is not just you, it's your LCVP, it's your NST if you have one, and it's your MCVP functional related, yeah? So understand what to distribute, and then understand that, okay, so each one needs to be responsible for only 2 competencies, so it's easier for you to be able to focus and to track, yeah? So again, distribute responsibilities, focus on 2 competencies at one time, okay? So next one is keep. So keep, the things that I want to update you is the team standard curriculum has been out. So I want every one of you to ask your team leaders to take these team standard courses in order for them to understand how to deliver team standards. I will give you a regular update on how many people that is already taking team standard curriculum in your entity. Second one is lead based on defining element. The courses will coming out soon, either next week or it's gonna be next week. So my senior will be working on that, so stay tuned. And then the second one is LDA. So have your members or your team leaders already take LDA or not? The updates I will give you in the TM scoreboard, so you check on it and then push or think of how you your membership can take LDA. Third one is people analytics. We only have 3,000 respondents so far. So as you guys want, if you want this to be valuable for you and for global, not only for global but for you, then understand that we need to fill this as much as possible. So my GST will approach you personally in email to push for more responses from your side, okay? So how does this will be a good benefit for you is as simple as first, you will understand the skill gaps that is there in the different function and in every role, so you can act upon it. And the second one is you know how the team standards implementation in your entity, so you understand how to increase your engagement or team standards implementation, yeah? And then the last one is AIESEC Hub. So basically coming soon for next week, we're going to migrate all the membership on XPA to AIESEC Hub. So it's been in a staging stage. So we just need to pilot on some stuff, and afterwards we are going to iterate, and then we release this, and then after that we're going to have all members from XPA on AIESEC Hub. So, but for now, if you have any issues in regards to this, you go to bit.ly/AIESEC Hub issues, and then submit the person that hasn't been there in AIESEC Hub, and then we're going to upload the membership file there. Second one is role assignment. How is your role assignment? So as next week, every members needs to be migrated to AIESEC Hub, but are you guys ready? And is everyone has their role assigned? Third one is migrating content. Have you migrated the content that you have in your National Resources Hub to the AIESEC Hub? Yeah. And then the last one is based on monthly review, we're going to release you some AIESEC Hub implementation checklist, like customer flow implementation checklist, so you know, or we guys, we as global planary knows that are you in 0%, 20%, 50%, or 100% in AIESEC Hub implementation, and we will release it on this October. So that's it. Bye bye.